What if Nike dropped the word just from its tagline? Some rules of copywriting will tell you that this is technically the better tagline. It's got less words, it's more active, it's less passive, more impactful. But what do you think? Do you think this could have been as famous? The answer is no, because even though this is not technically the better tagline, hidden in this word, just, is the thing that made Nike billions of dollars.
Growth for Nike is actually quite exceptional.
So their scene is almost the standard.
It's the same thing that the world's most iconic brands and celebrities use to get rich and famous.
Nike has had this crazy dominance over their market.
And once you understand it, you can use it too to build something that resonates on a global level. But to explain how, first, we gotta go back to 2011. Life was good, man. I was wearing ballet flats and cardigan vests, and this song had just hit the radio. Now, if you're representing my Gen Z audience, you'll know this as a sample in a Doechii song. Anxiety, keep on trying me. But before Doechii, there was Kimbra and Gaultier. And that summer, every grocery store was playing it, everyone was humming it. It hit #1 in 23 countries and became one of the best-selling digital singles of all time.
And the Grammy goes to somebody that I used to know, Gaultier.
The world was obsessed with it and still is. Why? You may say it was the plinky little xylophone, but underneath the plinky little xylophone, there was something else. This one line. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. This one line did something that guaranteed its success. It distilled a universal human truth. You know how when you spend so long with someone and you know them so well, you know that they get into bed and rub their feet together, you know that they hate mushrooms. And then one day, all of a sudden, it's over and you're strangers. It's the weirdest feeling. But until that one line, we didn't have the words to describe it so succinctly. That line became a mirror for millions of people's own experiences of heartbreak. This intensely personal but undeniably universal truth about humanity. That is what made that song so big. So back to Nike. Do it is motivating, but it's cold. But when you add that word just, suddenly it distills a universal human truth. That no matter who you are, a suburban dad going on a morning walk or an Olympic athlete about to sprint a 200-meter final, there's this millisecond of doubt. The not knowing if you can, the not knowing if you want to, but then you do because you must, and that is what it is to be human. The word just is the mirror, and the world's most iconic things work because they do exactly this. They mirror something back to us about our own experiences of the world. Something that we feel but we haven't quite found the words for. This is the billion-dollar skill. Distilling a universal human truth into a single emotionally loaded execution. In advertising, they call this an insight, and let me tell you, as someone with a background in advertising, these people are fiends for an insight because they work. For example, the insight that women don't wear makeup to look good for others, but to feel powerful for themselves. L'Oreal turned this insight into,
because you're worth it.
or you know when you're hanging with a mate and they haven't eaten and they start kind of getting a bit snappy with you, which is unlike them?
You're playing like Betty White out there. That's not what your girlfriend said.
Baby!
Snickers turned that into,
Better?
You're not you when you're hungry.
and now I've pointed it out, you won't be able to unsee that everything successful is built on an insight. Like businesses, the insight that people don't just want a place to stay, they want to feel like they're at home anywhere in the world. That's the insight that built Airbnb. And in viral content, this video of mine got 10 million views and it came from the insight that when you have a shower curtain, it sticks to you and it's overwhelming. All my most viral videos have been built on an insight, and I have over 120 million organic views on short form. The point is that when you become an expert at spotting insights and turning them into stuff, you skyrocket your chances of resonating on a global level. This is the skill that builds billion-dollar brands, and it can be learned, and I'm going to teach you. I made you a 3-step framework, which I'm going to share in a second. But first, why does this work so well? What's the psychology going on here? Have you ever noticed how everyone's just a little bit self-obsessed? Like everyone just tries to relate everything back to themselves all the time.
Oh, you're talking about me then.
You're talking about me?
It's about me, isn't it?
It's annoying for sure, but it's actually just how our brains are built. This is called the self-referencing effect, and it's a cognitive phenomenon where we're more likely to care about, notice, and remember information that our brains deem personally relevant to us, which was actually a sick survival mechanism back in the day. But now we're self-referencing for things like whether this business solves my exact problem, or whether this bean soup recipe fits my strictly bean-free dietary requirements. We look for ourselves in everything that we see, and when we find it, even if it's just a little bit, our medial prefrontal cortex lights up, which leads to deeper encoding and better recall. If you can get people to self-reference onto your creative expression, you can resonate on a global level. That's what Kimber and Gautier did, that's what Nike did, and that's what builds billion-dollar brands. So cool, but how do you actually pull that off? I'm glad you asked. Here's the 3-step framework for making stuff that resonates on a global level. Step 1, become the master of noticing. If you're going through a heartbreak and you're having a very specific feeling, notice it. If the cashier packs the bag in a certain way, notice it. You're looking for quirks, questions, incongruities. In every situation, there should be 2 of you, the one that participates and the one that notices. Write down what you notice as soon as you notice it. The more you tune in, the easier this gets. Step 2, extract. Now sit with what you've noticed and ask yourself, what's the deeper human truth at play here? What's the why underneath what you saw or felt? Yeah, it really is that deep. Now write it down in one simple, single-minded sentence. And when you read this sentence to someone, it should make them go, wait, I thought that was just me. Step 3, execute. Now that you have an insight, you get to decide how you bring it into the world. This is where your creativity and your brand and your tone of voice come in. Exaggerate it, spoof it. Is there an analogy for it? Turn it into a tagline, a business, a movie, a song, a piece of content. Express it in the most poignant you way possible. And if you can express something that people intuitively feel, but have never heard quite said like that, that is when you resonate on a global level. Just like Nike, just do it.
From the looks of the line, you'd think it was a great deal. But no, this line is all for this.
Hit subscribe so I can keep making videos like this to help you find your thing and become a category of one. And also, do you think that I should grow my fringe back? Get it cut again? Can you let me know in the comments? I can't decide. Okay, bye.